That's cool.
that go, and I've got some of the stuff that if I ever wanted to switch it out,
Yeah.
or somebody wanted to try to ding me, but I wanted to keep it all original.
Yeah.
And then that bike, now that was more of
This was the
a
beast,
driver.
man. I know, this was the bike that was the top of the heat, man.
And dude, let me tell you what, this one right here, so this is an 85,
Yep.
so it came with the red plastics.
Yeah.
I actually found the white plastics online and bought them, and then sold the red plastics for what I paid for the white plastic. Strip race.
Yeah.
So, the guy Jason over at J. Pellegrini's shop, we had him fabricate the bottom and cut the bottom and then refold where we could fit it right on top. And then we were gonna do a package to start marketing it, call it the P4.
Right.
Kind of like a saline
Sure.
type deal. So, you know, it was just like cool little things that we did to it. And then remember the day we went out there for the race?
Yeah,
The day we were
that's
gonna
the-
start shooting stuff, that was the day the guy in GTR got killed. And that kind of ruined the day.
Did it?
Yeah, it kind of ruined
Did it? That was horrible. I was coming. I just turned around. I said, all right, well.
Pack it up and
Man,
go home.
because I remember I had just put my number on the car, remember that? And
Yeah.
we were getting ready. And,
Yeah,
and
we
when
went to
that
the driver
happened,
meeting and everything.
I was like,
Wow.
okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I wasn't gonna go. I had just actually broken in the motor from the build on the causeway on the way over.
Really?
So I wasn't gonna do. I needed to learn the characteristic of the car. So I wasn't gonna do some. You know, I'm working on an R1 right now.
I see that.
I got a full car stopped off.
Man.
I forgot to turn my gas off and let it run out one day, and so dude, it's like backfiring. So I bought a rebuild kit and I'm gonna tear it apart.
I remember. What is this, like an 01?
This is a 2000, and I've
Okay, I remember from a friend of mine bought one, and like he couldn't afford the insurance. Like they just quoted him, and then they corrected. He had to sell the bike because the insurance
Dude.
for like he was like 20 years old.
Oh yeah.
That's
can't.
not. Yeah.
So on this one, what I wound up doing, I kept it. Only thing I had changed on it originally was exhaust. Well, then a couple of years ago, man, I wound up with one of the other guys who was in our car club, who now lives in Dallas, but he used to run. He used to run the motorcycle Lightspeed over in Gonzales.
Yeah.
So anyway, I brought it over there to just go get something done, and I wound up leaving it there.
It's a small collection. That's
the,
good. All right.
40 fit rims, tires and stuff, and
Chain, massive ones.
and it was just like, it was like, okay. Dude, it's
150.
it was like right about when we were picking up the car down in Miami.
Yeah.
One of my friends who was with me, he was friends with a guy who has a wheel company down there that that makes rims. So the guy, I sent him the pictures, the specs, and everything of the wheels I wanted, and he had his CAD designer freaking do it. But we had to do it as a two-piece because obviously a one-piece would have been too expensive. So we did it as a two-piece, but he hid like where it goes in, and so I thought it came out good. Well, now the new F8, the F8 Tributo, which just replaced the 488,
Right.
has the J50 wheels.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, but I went a little bit wider because I wanted, like we did the offsets to where it would get it right flush
Really?
with the fenders.
Hey, I'm looking at the list. So I was looking at the backyard buddy
Yeah.
versus the bed pack.
Right.
How much you pay for these?
Dude, I wound up getting these lifts and I called Ben Pack directly.
Yeah.
I was actually able to beat the price I could have got them through
Okay.
at my father-in-law's cost at Napa.
Yeah.
And I called Ben Pack, dude, I had two of these delivered for $7,000.
That's not bad.
No, and dude, we put them together, me and my buddies, we put them together, but I had ordered it with the drip trays so that you could get in here. Now, there's an optional thing you can do as well, Kevin, that you can put on here. There's an optional attachment where you can put on here where it allows you, if you want to do higher changes.
Yeah, no,
and
we get
stuff,
that. The
too.
lift, the
Yeah.
second lift.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking to buy one more for working on cars and
Right.
storing. And I'm definitely looking at
I didn't even know
that.
it was
There's
a force
like
back
the
there.
backyard buddy.
I didn't
There's
even
so
know
many
it was a force back
sizes.
there.
Right.
Like this, I don't want a huge lift. How much?
So this one right here, here's what was funny. I was able, this one holds up to 9,000
Right.
pounds. I was
like
able to
$200
get,
more probably.
dude, I got this one actually cheaper than what the 7,000 pound one was. And I was like, well shoot, if I can get the 9,001 pound cheaper, I'll get that.
So how you take the ramps off of this thing?
Yeah, so what it is
All the
so
bottom
this is
pieces?
just my backstop. So what it is the ramps are right here,
Oh,
and
you
they're
front
just,
loaded.
and they're just quick connect. They're like what it is basically from the front. You put it up right through here.
Yeah.
There's a tube, And that too.
You can load it from both directions?
Yeah, so, well, this right here, this plate, I put that plate on to be my backstops. So what it is when this is just dropped down, I got my ramps on and everything good to go, man.
And I like because both lifts, the bend pack and the backyard buddy, don't mount.
I mean, it's kind of hard to drive that when you got a Viper, of course, 2 Ferraris, Shelby G350 with a Whipple.
I've seen that they have actually a caster set for these.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
do,
You
yeah.
can roll it around.
You could roll this thing
So I was,
around.
that's
You
what
can load.
we've been-
You can roll them around with the car on it. From what I think I remember
Yeah,
reading.
you can move it. Because I mean, I really want one of these.
I need one.
Yeah, and the caster, to get the extra casters wasn't even that much more money.
No,
to
it
get
wasn't.
the casters. It's like, I think, 120 bucks or something.
Yeah, it wasn't
like
much.
that.
What's the length on this? Like 7.
So this one, if I'm trying to remember correctly, you know what?
I'll
Kevin,
look it up. I'll look up the specs.
I'm forgetting because I saw you took a picture of the.
My thing is like I don't need a huge lift because like the big boys like the service lifts and all can carry like a dually. Well, I'm like, dude, I mean, the biggest vehicle I own nowadays is an F-150, so like
Right,
I don't
right.
need to put a dually on it. I don't know, but I'm looking like so I need to buy one. I'm just looking. It's down to the bend pack versus backyard buddy. And
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
and I
think
just-
when I was looking at bin packs. I mean,
And I just wanted to go with the Ben pack just because the deal that I was.
oh yeah, the only reason like it's got me
how
looking
much
at
you end
that.
up spending on them?
Dude, I spent $7,000 shipped for both. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. About maybe 3,500 for one plus maybe caster.
The thing about it is, like, and the only reason I look at it now is with all the COVID bullshit is that this is Chinese and the Ben pack's American. We don't pay more for the American.
Right.
That was the only
Well, let me
thing.
just say this, I can vouch for this, I can put them together.
Oh, they're great.
Well,
They're
dude,
great.
it's a well.
It was more of a philosophical
I'm
thing,
gonna
you
just tell you
know?
this freaking, each of these freaking ramps right here,
Yeah.
400 and something pounds a
Oh,
piece,
yeah.
dude. So here's what we did, it was funny.
Was it engine lift
I
or
used my freaking, quick jacks.
To get under them.
Dude, to like basically, I put one on one side, one on the other, and I just freaking rolled them around.
Really?
So we'd roll them around, we'd get the post up. But dude, it was like, so I said, we spent 16 hours putting together the first one because the genius that wrote the instructions left off a few steps and just
Critical
figured they were
stuff.
intrinsically
Yeah,
known.
yeah, like you should know.
So then the next time, dude, even with a lunch break, 4 hours,
Right.
put together.
Well, good. If I get the Ben pack, I'm gonna call you up when I get
Dude, I don't
mine.
mind, I'll help you.
Oh, me
Dude,
too.
it really was, it's, I'm telling you, it's really not that bad. You know
Yeah.
what the worst part
All
was?
the instructions they recommend having.
Dude, I want to tell you
unloaded.
actually the worst part was, so it comes crated.
Yeah.
Okay, it comes crated, and I will tell you this, make sure you definitely have access to a
I have a
freaking.
tractor with load on.
Yeah, well, you've got that, dude, so make sure you got that, but when it came, it's the unpacking of it, cause it's
Yeah.
wooden crates.
Yeah, it's
It's
old
all
school,
packed together,
yeah.
and then stuff is bolted, so you're unbolting crap. And then what it is like with everything kind of stacked and within each other,
Yeah.
you have to pull all the pieces individually out and then,
Yeah.
get your stuff out. These these are light as hell.
Yeah, yeah, it's all structural, engineers.
Exactly. So now here's what I was thinking, because if you notice right before we turned on that street, that's where the curve is. So what we could do is we could walk down there, because you know where to park, but we could walk down there and get on the side. And what I'm thinking is get you, say, go through the turn and then come.
I bet your son up there loving it.
Oh yeah.
all right. That's perfect right there.
The lighting is kind of off that day.
That's all right. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. You ought to fit in when he brings it up.
I know.
It popped. It like, okay.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it ain't nothing slow.